Hello my friends, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, July 17th, 2018. This is Jennifer. I bring a very tired version of myself to you today. I took my kiddo back to school yesterday. He doesn't actually start school until August, but he has a job in a lab. He works in a physics lab for a physics professor who really wanted him back at work as soon as he could be there. So he finished all the things he needed to do here, summer school, costuming, all of that kind of stuff. So I did that yesterday, drove there and came all the way back again, and I have to tell you guys, it was 105 degrees Fahrenheit during part of my drive. My air conditioner fortunately was replaced last summer, so I had some good AC in my car, but it was a long drive, and I am quite tired today. I see a nap in my future. I managed to make one thing from beginning to end last week, and it was a little gift for my husband. Our anniversary was on Wednesday, 24 rockin' years. We don't normally give each other gifts for anniversary because we normally travel, but we're not taking our trip this year until September, so we just had a really nice dinner and I made him a little gift. It's something he was expecting because he had asked me to make it, but he didn't know when I was going to make it and he didn't know what it was going to look like. So this is a little tool roll that I made him. It's made out of just some like sort of khaki canvas fabric, and I embroidered his signature on it so that it is obviously his, and it has some of his archaeology tools in it. And for you guys that don't know, my husband is a software engineer. He works at Blizzard here in Austin, but he's an amateur archaeologist, and he's part of the Texas Archaeological Society, and he went to field school this summer, and these tools, he said, needed better containment, so that's why I made this little guy for him. I basically made this like a knitting roll or a crochet hook roll. It has two different pieces of elastic, and I measured everything, I lined it up, and then I sewed in between these, so these are held in pretty taut. I made the elastic very flat, and I put just a little tension on it so that it would hold these in when you put it in there. So it just rolls back up again, and then I used these little thongs that I had these in my stash. They match perfectly. So you tie it up, he puts it in his toolkit, and now all his little wood tools, they're basically like what you would use for sculpture. In fact, if he had needed these 10 years ago, I still had sculpture tools from college that I could have given him, but I cleaned that stuff out quite a while ago, and these are just for getting dirt and debris out of artifacts so that you don't damage them. That's why they're made out of like a soft wood. Moving on to the UFO quilt along on Fandom and Stitches. Tomorrow will be our third week. Last week I talked all about ergonomics and quilting at the right height, and asked people like what they do to loosen up and not get their shoulders crunched up or have their back hurt when they're sewing, and the thread on that was great. I will be doing another giveaway tomorrow from that thread, so if you wanted to pipe in and tell everyone what you do to be comfortable when you're sewing, when you're quilting, that thread is on the Facebook group, the Fandom and Stitches Facebook group. Leslie was our first winner, and I did mail her charm pack, but I didn't mail it till Sunday, so Leslie, it is on the way. I do have enough charm packs and layer cakes to last through the entire quilt along, so most of those, if not all of them, are thanks to our own Susan here on Talk to Me Tuesday. So I will be choosing one person a week to get some free fabric, and then I will mail that off, and that's coming directly from me, so if it's a little late, it's just because I've been really busy. For my own UFO quilt along, I showed you guys my Hobbit quilt that I needed to quilt, and I did start quilting on it. I've had some really bad insomnia the last few weeks, and one night I just decided to get up and do something instead of lay there at 4 in the morning doing nothing. So I got up, I pulled out my There and Back Again, I got my little Janome sewing machine that I piece on, I set it up for quilting, and I put my walking foot on there, and I just started straight line quilting, and I was quilting. I quilted all of the sashing. I quilted around the largest block. There's a large block in the center, and then I set it aside, and I was going to start quilting on it on my Juki, which is on my quilt frame in my garage. I got it all set up, and I started quilting and my thread started breaking, and there's something wrong with my bobbin. I think my bobbin might actually be bent, like my bobbin case might actually be bent, so I'm going to take it into my sewing guy this week and hopefully get it all sorted out. So that puts me on this, deciding whether or not it's going to get a border or not, because I'm not going to be quilting anything until I get my Juki back. I do have Linus on Saturday. The only thing that has been quilted and the only thing that will be quilted is the quilt top I got in the mail that I showed you guys a couple weeks ago. I should be able to get the binding on that before Friday. I'm really hoping I can. I have a super packed week. I have 2 to 3 things penciled in every single day this week that are outside of my usual stuff. So I don't even know what I will have done by Friday, as long as I get as much as I can done. I don't know. It's going to be a crazy week. So I think everyone has mailed their Talk to Me Tuesday swap to Jules, but if you have not, please do so if you're a Talk to Me Tuesdayer. I want to send a special thank you out to everyone who's participating in the Action Jackson Quilt fundraiser that our own Jennifer Rolls is doing for Anita's grandson Jackson. That will be for his fundraiser to help the family defray some of the expenses when he has his surgery. So keep an eye on Jennifer's videos and her feed so you know how that's going to work, because that quilt will be eventually given away and it's going to be amazing. And I just want to thank everyone who's jumped in to help with that. That is it for me. I'm going to get this bad boy edited. I have a lot of paperwork to do today because I have been away from my computer for like 4 days, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.